We all know quite a number of people who have everything that it would take to be happy, and they are not happy because they want something else or they want more of the same. And we all know people who have lots of misfortune and they are deeply happy. They radiate happiness. Why? Because they're grateful.
வணக்கம் 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 மக்களே, இது உங்கள் பாசத்துக்குடிய நேசத்துக்குடிய மெட்ராஸ் மோட்டார் மண்டையன். And today I'm going to be doing a lot of things to my bike as I prepare for my next ride. Yes, I've got a ride planned during the last week of this year. I'm going to be out for 10 days. Where I'm going, what all of the different things that I'm going to be doing is something I'll cover in the next video. But in this video I'm going to be walking you all through the different things that I'm going to be doing to the bike. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go for tire shopping. This tire is Pirelli Angel ST. These are stock tires. I've clocked about 31,000 kilometers on it, and right now it's time for me to change. If you guys can see, there is a big bald spot in the middle. See that? It's just quite clear, I guess. Sorry guys, I don't have a DSLR, so can you see that? So the corners are just fine, the walls are just fine, but since I'm not a corner junkie, I've used a lot of the center patch. So what is the tire that I'm going to be going for? That I will explain while I'm on the road. And a lot of people have asked me, like, how exactly did my tires last for such a long time? Because a lot of people at about 28,000 kilometers or something, they could see the steel braids coming out. So even that I'll be explaining while I'm on the road. So right now, first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go for tire shopping. I'll explain to you guys what is the tire that I'm going to choose and how they last. So if you see in the front, you will see that the wear and tear is kind of uneven. I've got my right hand side worn out more than that on the left hand side. So nevertheless, I'm going to be changing both tires, so it doesn't make any difference, but I just wanted to show you guys as to how the wear and tear has been till date. So before the Goa, Lonavala, Mahabaleshwar ride, my right fork seal got busted, so I got it changed. But now my left fork seal has got busted. Can you guys see right? It's oil dripping. So I'm going to be changing that as well. After buying the tires, I'm going to go to Bentley service station and I will get this thing done. And the usual stuff, my horn just doesn't work. It's gone. There is no horn at all over here because they've removed it. The thing is, so tire, the fork seal, the horn, and I've got some severe stiffness. So when I try to when I sit on the bike and when I try to turn on the right side, it's just too stiff. It's too stiff that, see, I've been applying a lot of pressure on the grip. Can you see it's worn out? Like, that's because I'm applying a lot of pressure trying to push it trying to turn on the right side. See, this side is just clear. See that? So I'm going to be getting this. I think so there's a problem with the cone set, but I don't know what it is, but I'm definitely going to get it checked. So tire, the fork seal got busted, and then I'm going to be putting the horn. I'm going to make sure that I check the stiffness, the cone set, or whatever it is. Right now I got to fuel up, and then there was all of a sudden when I was riding, when the bike was in idle, I felt like the engine was stalling. Like for a second it died and then it came back. So I'm going to make sure that I check that again, probably a regular water wash, and then we're good to go. Now, where am I buying the tires from? I'm buying the tires from a shop called this BM Lal Tires. Very not pretty famous. It's very famous in Chennai for both bikes and cars. I'm going to go to them. I spoke to the owner, really nice chap. I've told him about the fact that I'll be coming there, taking a look at a few tires. So what are we waiting for? Let's get rolling. So here's the real question. How did I manage to last my tires for 31,000 kilometers? I kept a few basic tips on my mind and I made sure that I follow that. Okay, number one was that every 200 kilometers I made sure to check the tire pressure. So I keep 32 in front and 36 in the rear. 32 in front has never changed, but 36 in the rear changes if I have a pillion or if I have a saddlebag, and depending upon the weight of the saddlebag I increase it by 2 psi to 38. I've never gone beyond 38, never really reduced the pressure below 36. That is number one, keeping tire pressure and checking them on a regular basis. So just in case I have a puncture, since we have tubeless tires, I make sure that I get it done at the earliest and without riding for a lot of kilometers. And number three, we take inside the city I go for a straight stretch and then probably a few lefts and few rights, and so that my tire is exposed to a little bit of warmth before I take it to the highways. So these are the basic things that I kept in mind, and it actually did work out for me. And you know what, surprisingly, I can still ride these tires for about 2,000 to 3,000 kilometers inside the city, but since I'm taking it on the highways, I really don't want to take that risk, and it is not worth that risk at all. 2 years of 31,000 kilometers and then on the stock tire, I think so it's done its job. I shouldn't be abusing it more anymore. So yeah, the next thing is, what tires am I going to buy? So there are, if you guys knew when Benelli TNT 300 was launched in India, it had two variants. One was one came with the Pirellis and the other one came with the MRFs. The Pirellis came with the dimension of 120 in front and 160 in the rear, and the MRFs came with 110 in front and 150 in the rear. So my point is, downsizing to 110 and 150 is not going to cause any harm at all. And you're not going to see any noticeable differences in the characteristics of the bike, like for example mileage or handling a little bit maybe for corner junkies. Since I'm not a corner junkie, I don't think so I'm going to see any difference at all. I mean, it's just going to be the same. So yes, I am going for the 110 in front and 150 in the rear. There are three manufacturers. One is going to be Pirelli Diablo Rosso 2. In fact, there are 5, but I've excluded 2, and I'll tell you guys why. One is going to be Pirelli Diablo Rosso 2, and then you have the Metzeler's. You also have the Michelin Pilot Street Radial, the most famous one, and then you have something from Continental Bazooka, and then MRF Revs. So all of these, the reason why I have excluded MRF and Continental is because they are harder compounds, and I'm not looking for a harder compound. So out of these three companies or brands, what am I going to choose? Since the Pirelli is going to be soft compound, the Metzeler's is also soft compound, I'm going to be buying the Michelin Pilot Street Radial. They are medium compound, and they're going to give me a little better tire mileage than the other one. Since, see, this bike is heavy and you really don't want to put soft tires. Yes, I am going for Michelin Pilot Street Radial. Right on time. Now let's get rolling. It says pull, so you pull. Hi, Kunal?
Kunal hasn't come yet.
Okay, sure. You're his brother?
Yogesh, yeah.
Okay, hey, I spoke to him yesterday, and I'm here to buy a tire for my bike.
All right. 150, 60, 70. Excellent, excellent.
24/17. So that means that he had got it on the 24th week of 2017. Pilot Street Radial, Metzeler, Sportec M5, and then Pirelli. The reason why I'm going to 150s and not the 160s is because this is going to work out economical for me. And since Benelli had already released a bike with this dimension, I don't think so we're not going to be facing any problem. Also, the Tornado 302, which has recently come out, comes with 150 and not 160. So I think that sums it up. This is softer than this, so this is going to give me less mileage. This is going to give me average mileage. This I'm expecting to give me better mileage, probably around 15 to 18,000 kilometers, depending on how I'm going to maintain these tires. So right, new pairs of shoes for my Benelli. Kunal, thank you so much. I know you guys are very famous on the tire scene and everything, but just in case somebody who doesn't know about it, I'll refer you guys for sure. Okay, thank you so much, Kunal. It was a pleasure. I'll take it for a ride.
Yeah, sure.
I'll take it for one round. I'll see if everything is fine. I won't come back. If something is wrong, I'll come back. Okay. All right. Thanks, man.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Jay. All right. So the tire is. So we've got it done. It looks sweet, right? And I love new tires. Who doesn't like new tires? So I'm going to be taking it for a ride now, and I'm going to see if everything is fine. If everything is fine, then I'm directly going to go to the Benelli service station. If something is wrong, then I'm going to come back here again and get it rectified. Now I'm going to go to Annanagar, yeah.